The anti-war sentiment is quiet and growing in the United States. There are no notable protests, but new and consistent opinion polls reinforce that the majority of Americans no longer support the war in Afghanistan. And Americans touched by war, who have known someone serving or served in war, are expressing their opinions that the U.S. should bring its troops home.
I have a son that's been in the Army for 17 years. It's been 2 tours of Iraq, and I can't see it as winnable.
It has a tremendous impact on the family, tremendous impact on the family. For it to have just years on years when you've got loved ones in a war zone and you don't know whether or not when the phone rang what that means.
We just have to pray every day that it changes.
Once they come home, they're never right. My brother, who served in the war, he's feeling the effects now. He's ill.
I think the American people are getting tired, and they have seen, oh, it's 8 years and things aren't improving in Afghanistan.
In July, General Stanley McChrystal, the top U.S. and NATO commander in Afghanistan, switched gears and restricted airstrikes and artillery bombardments, and the number of Afghan civilian deaths declined. In July and August, 19 civilians were killed, compared to 151 killed at the same time last year. But over the same period, U.S. troop deaths in the war more than doubled to 96 this year, compared to 42 last year. And the new strategy appears to be giving advantage to the Taliban. Concern is rising on Capitol Hill amongst lawmakers over a sharp increase in U.S. troop deaths in Afghanistan, especially now that senior military officials are saying U.S. soldiers face even greater risk under a new strategy to protect Afghan civilians.
I'm worried about every single American or Afghan who goes into war.
But it's also a matter of, whether or not we're going to be able to win the hearts and minds of the Afghan people, and whether or not we're going to be able to get the corruption of their government under control.
Our government needs to do what they think is in the best interest of our troops, and we need to protect them, which is absolutely true. But, if you look at it from the Afghan perspective, they're going to have to try to rebuild their country or develop some sort of peace.
Some members of Congress want General McChrystal to testify before Congress and explain his new strategy. That as President Obama continues to review the general's report and latest request to send tens of thousands of new troops to Afghanistan. For Press TV, Rhonda Pence, Washington.